discussion. Forecast discussion. ZCZC SWAT 48 all. ACUS 48 KWNS 271002. SPC AC 271002. Day 4 to 8 convective outlook. NWS Storm Prediction Center, Norman, Oklahoma. 4:02 a.m. Central Standard Time, Thursday, February 27th, 2025. Valid 021200Z 071200Z. Discussion. D6/Tuesday, East Texas into the mid/lower Mississippi Valley. A compact mid-level low will translate east across the southwest on Sunday, which will result in Lee cyclogenesis in the southern/central high plains as surface high pressure across the Midwest translates east, favorable low-level trajectories and strengthening flow across. The Gulf and southern plains will initiate significant moisture. Return across Texas. The initial mid-level low will weaken as it moves across the plains and into the mid-Mississippi Valley on D5/Monday. However, Lee cyclogenesis will likely strengthen Monday afternoon as a larger scale trough approaches the southern plains. Shortwave ridging will likely keep the dry line capped on Monday with continued moistening beneath the capping inversion as low level. Moisture advection continues. By 12Z Tuesday, moisture recovery across the western Gulf should be complete with 70F dew points forecast near the Gulf Coast by both GFS and ECMWF ensembles. Confidence in the upper level pattern is increasing as the ECMWF and EC ensembles have been consistent with an amplified mid-level pattern across the central and southern plains now for several consecutive runs. In addition, the GFS/GFS has trended toward the more amplified ECMWF solution. As the confidence in the overall pattern increases, the confidence for a significant severe weather threat has also increased, and 30% severe weather probabilities have been added from East Texas to Central Mississippi, while specifics will remain uncertain until the event draws closer. The potential for multiple rounds of severe convection, including supercells, clusters, and likely an eventual squall line, will likely bring a threat for all severe weather hazards, including strong tornadoes. D7/WED, Carolinas into the southeast. The ECMWF/ECS, which has been several days ahead of other extended guidance on with this upcoming pattern, has trended toward greater moisture penetration into the southeast U.S. and east of the Appalachians. Low to mid 60s dew points in the presence of a very strong wind field will support a large area of severe weather threat from the southeast to the Carolinas and perhaps into parts of the mid-Atlantic. Storm mode and specific hazards will be impacted by prior day convection and the overall evolution of the deepening surface low and associated cold front, but a great enough threat exists for 15% severe weather probabilities for D7/Wednesday. Bentley, February 27th, 2025.
Basketball is so fucking stupid. Yeah, that game was so stupid, yeah?
Let's go.
Let's go.
Good morning, everybody. This is a live emergency update as the threat of a tornado outbreak, even potentially a super outbreak, is becoming increasingly likely. This will be next week, Tuesday into Wednesday. Given the high amplitude of the trough, the favorable trough geometry, and the background climate conditions with La Nina and the warm North Pacific Oscillation, we expected Dixie Alley to come alive in a big way this spring. And I consider a super outbreak one where there could even be up to over 100 tornadoes. So that's a special word that I use for the higher potential tornado events when you have conditions that come together for strong, potentially long track tornadoes over a multiple state area And that happens with these large-scale troughs. And the Storm Prediction Center has upgraded the probability to 30%. East Texas, Louisiana, southern Arkansas, into Mississippi. And then on Wednesday, they've added a 15% risk for severe weather across portions of the southeast. We anticipated that the Carolina Piedmont would wake up in a big way coming up this spring. We are going to break down the trough shape in this live update because it's such a favorable trough evolution for big-time severe weather. Here are the upper levels. This is 500 millibars here, folks. And look at that barrel, that big-time bowling ball of cold air aloft coming right through the Four Corners region. It brings that strong westerly winds, the mid-level winds over the Mexican plateau there that picks up a mid-level dry slot and then just slingshots that mid-level dry slot over top that moisture downstream of this trough. There you can see the main vortex just to the north of the Four Corners region. Brings that strongest westerly flow right over the Mexican plateau, and that's going to slingshot an elevated mixed layer downstream. You're looking at Tuesday morning. Look at that vortex intensify even further down into the Texas Panhandle right there. That is a dangerous bowling ball of an upper-level storm system, and it's also gaining a neutral tilt just as it enters the southeastern plains, and that flow is rounding the base of the trough through the action of shear vorticity, helps to intensify the vortex, so you're getting a ton of vorticity advection. You can see all these holes here in the upper-level flow. Those are supercell storms that are developing. Looks like they're going to develop over some pretty complex terrain there near the Oklahoma-Arkansas border back into northeastern Texas, and this definitely looks just ahead of this bowling ball trough. Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Tennessee, southeastern Missouri, that's where you got to watch out for dangerous supercell storms, long track tornadoes. We've still got several days and the weekend ahead, so now is the time to dial in those severe weather safety plans. Look at this trough geometry at 0Z Tuesday. So this is Tuesday at about 6 p.m. Look at that vortex intensifies even further as it lifts up from the Texas Panhandle up to southeastern Kansas. You're getting even more of these lines of constant height as it's deepening the surface, this upper-level storm system intensifying, and then just rips the stronger flow downstream. You've got a 100-knot, 500 millibar jet streak right over Arkansas into southeastern Missouri, coming right in during Tuesday at peak heating. You can almost see a prefrontal confluence line right over the Mississippi River. That's going to be a supercell factory. These are going to be fast-moving supercell storms, and it also has a very dangerous low-level jet. When you get an intensifying system like this that's even gaining that negative tilt with time, it gains a neutral tilt as it enters the Great Plains, and then gets this negative tilt as it exits the Great Plains across Dixie Alley. These are the type of storm systems that we anticipate to see during 2025, and that's why our seasonal forecast of tornadoes just lights up the central and eastern U.S. here. Dixie Alley is going to be coming alive in a big way, and this is after a couple of years of relative quiet, and that's because of the high pressure that has been dominating the southeastern U.S. By Tuesday night at midnight, that dangerous wind shear is going to be near
Team Deathmatch.